got a couple studs, but you're hurting big time in other areas. That's why you're not winning. So give up one of those studs to get two or three decent players that's crunching numbers. People don't realize that. When you put those two talents together, that'll probably double your production in one area that you're lacking totally. It's like putting a zero up and trying to replace that zero. I mean, yeah, you're giving up a 15, but you're getting back two tens. That's 20 points.
That's right. That's well put, B. That's well put. You give up 15 for two tens. Last time I count, 20 is greater than 15. From two spots.
Right.
And that's what I'm telling you, man. That shit bothers me. Like, I go back to a trade I made. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of people keep saying, well, Dad, you lost too much. Only thing I really gave up extra in the trade early this year when I traded Brady, DeAndre Hopkins, and Shane Vereen. I probably could have still landed Julio without DeAndre Hopkins. But I looked at it this way. I believe in what Eli gonna do. So Brady was drafted to land me a stud. DeAndre Hopkins went off for 30 that same game I traded him. So that made me look even more questionable. But the guy threw in, I wanted just Julio and Duke. But the guy threw in Cam Newton. So honestly, since that trade, I'm 3-2. I'm 3-2 since that trade. He's like 2-4 or something like that. He's only won twice with me blessing him with that talent. But the thing is, what I kept trying to explain to people is, I landed another stud receiver. Yeah, I gave up DeAndre Hopkins, but if y'all thought so high DeAndre Hopkins, why was I able to pick him in like the third, fourth round? Only me and one guy was covered at DeAndre Hopkins. Y'all were so high on him. Why didn't y'all take him? It's like I got all this grief about me having Brady. My point exactly. But I landed Julio. But Cam is at the point where he's playing such at a high level. If I was in a realistic league where owners were trying to win, that trade will benefit me even more now because I should be able to move Cam right now. In a trade, I should be able to package Cam with the likes of a Travis Benjamin and land me a stud running back right now. But these fuckers are too stupid to see that you're only 2 games out of qualifying and that this trade works for you. Now, I understand, like the one girl said, you want my 2 best players, you got to give up something to get something, baby.
Right.
I've been trying to get Shady all year from this one young man. Shady. I wanted Shady on all my teams. I think Shady gonna ball. Second half, that's all I wanted him for. That's what I believed in, and that's what I wanted. Every week you coming at me with these home run hitters for somebody being productive where you done passed up the Tavon Austins. You done passed up the Tyrod Taylors. You done passed all these guys up. I done offered them to you. Like the other day, the young lady tell me she's so happy she got D'Angelo Williams. She said, I'll give you TJ Yeldon. Give me Jeremy Maclin. 1, Jeremy Maclin on the bye. 2, I already got 6 projected zeros on my team. TJ Yeldon has a soft schedule. If you can get TJ Yeldon down this pipeline, get him. TJ Yeldon has a soft schedule down the pipe. I'm going to read this man's schedule out to you. And this was one of the things that made TJ Yeldon that much more attractive to me. TJ Yeldon going down the stretch, which should be your playoff time. You got Baltimore this week. Who do they stop? Tennessee.
Not this year.
Tennessee.
They don't stop. So
San Diego. Hold on, listen to a schedule. You got Baltimore, Tennessee,
garbage,
San Diego,
garbage,
Tennessee,
garbage,
Indianapolis,
garbage,
Atlanta,
defensively. They might put up a little smoke.
New Orleans, championship week.
They got who?
New Orleans. His schedule down the pipe is fantasy favorite. Before this Jets game, he came off of back-to-back 100-yard games, 3 straight 10 plus fantasy games. Dude, down the pipe, TJ Yeldon has a schedule out of this world that's so favorable. Those 2 Tennessee games, oh man. San Diego can't stop.
If he healthy, he gonna go crazy.
My point exactly. So I just didn't understand, why do y'all sit here and let y'all team suffer? I just put up today. Now, mind you, I'm in first place. I might drop to third after this loss. Julio on the block. I don't give a fuck. I need more talent. He's gone.
Because he's not. I mean, Julio, he's due for another breakout game. But Atlanta's, in your situation, Atlanta is struggling offensively all across the board. You got to eat in other spots. You don't have a running back. Julio's due for at least 1 or 2 more games eventually, down the wire.
And I just don't understand.
Third running back. If you can get a decent running back and a decent flex at a receiver or something like that, that's a good trade.
Yeah.
All day long.
I don't understand how these people do it, man. And that's what I wanted to really talk about. To wrap this show up, it's been good. I know we should be coming back with some wrestling shit maybe tonight, because the wrestling universe has been shook. I'm off work for the rest of the night, so I know we're going to probably get back on. Wrestling universe been shook. We can almost call this the reboot of One Take. Big ups to Meeks holding it down. We got to continue to get this brand out here. We are on iTunes. Y'all know the regular routine. Y'all look up One Take Podcast on iTunes. Subscribe to that thing. Don't just listen to the podcast. Subscribe. I actually just switched over to iPhone since the last time you guys heard from me. I got to subscribe my damn self. We got to get them credits going. Got to keep everything going. Man, it's been good. You already know we probably about to hang up and jump on this Madden. We got a Madden season going. Come on, y'all. Get a PS4, man. Come get on this headset with us. Listeners, if you are on the PS4, get on these headsets with us. You know what I'm saying? My name is Gym Shoe Johnny, all one word. Gym like gym class. Shoe like the shoe on your feet. Johnny, as in the white boy that been whooping our ass for years. Gym Shoe Johnny, all one word. You add me, you can add him. And we just want to thank everybody for hitting play. Please, if you in the situation where you 4-4 right now, look at your team. Do me a favor. Overlook at your team. You should be just like, if you watch football, which most of us do, you should be Adam Scheffler right now. Your phone should be in your hand. You should be texting, emailing, calling, whoever you can to make a deal, to make a push. It's only 6 more weeks left in regular fantasy football, fellas. You got 5 to 6 more games depending on your league. Our league playoffs start week 14. With this guy being 2-9, it's fucking over for him.
Yeah, he's done. Go cherry pick all the talent you can from him.
Well, see, in our league, you're not allowed to. Once you're statistically out of it, we can't even make trades with you. We don't play that. We eliminate half of the field that way. So when AP,
that is smart.
So if AP goes the fuck off week 12 or week 15, it doesn't hurt nobody because he's on a team that's no longer available, basically. You know what I mean? So that's why I understand. Right. You know this rule. You know this rule. And if y'all league have that rule, if y'all don't, that should be a rule you guys should adapt. No one should be able to cherry pick off a team. Because, for instance, if I'm losing and I'm out of it, I've never missed the playoffs, thank you, fantasy gods. But if I'm losing that bad and I'm out of it, my man Chris Colston is getting half of my team. I'm not giving it to nobody else. I'm going to give it to my guy. And that's why we adopted that rule. Because at one point in time, this particular league that I've been in for 8 years, it was a split. It was like half of his people's, half of my people's. So you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a good rule. Yeah, it's a good rule to have, man. It keeps the balance of competition balanced. But if you are one of those players, you 5-3, about to be 5-4, or 4-4, about to be 4-5. Look at your team, man. I know your trade deadline is pretty soon. Look at your team. If you got a couple players that you can trade, please do by all means necessary. I will give you guys later on 15 minutes of players to move right now. I will give you guys that later on today, so stay tuned to One Take Podcast Nation. As always, I am none other than Mr. Dav 1024 on the Twitter, Brandon M. Davenport on Facebook. Go ahead and throw it out, B.
You can follow me on Twitter, man, at BLovelace247. You can give me a follow on Facebook, Brian J. Lovelace, man. I mean, sports guy in the shop for all your sports needs, man.
Continue to check out the OneTakePodcast.com. And as always, y'all know what button I'm about to hit.
You're tuned in to a One Take Podcast
Podcast Production.